You're watching MLS Legal TV. Share it and like it. Channel is for you. Your question answered here. MLS Legal TV. Hello viewers, welcome to MLS Legal TV. We are here again with you with our panels is Mr. Maqbool Malik and Ibrahim, and your question been answered in the previous videos, and we'll be giving your question answered today as well. Before we start, we will welcome these two gentlemen from your side, and we are happy that you like our videos and sharing with others. Definitely people are getting benefit, and keep doing it, and this is a sadqa jariyah as well. We will go to Mr. Maqbool Malik and ask Mr. Maqbool Malik, would you please tell us about the visitor visa? What are the requirements and how someone can obtain it?
Thank you, Mr. Lodi. First of all, I would like to say good evening or good morning, what time you're watching this. That today we have another upcoming solicitor in our office, Mr. Ibrahim Iqbal. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
He specializes not just in immigration, in family and civil litigation. He has been updated every week by doing some newsletters in our emails and our website, which seems that he's very up to date. We had a lot of emails and questions asked about visitor visa. Let me begin by saying that visitor's visa is one of the easiest way of obtaining a visa to visit another country. Visitor visa is in two forms. One is called tourist visa and other one is called a visitor's visa. The difference between them two is very simple. A tourist visa is obtained when at the port, and a visitor's visa is obtained through the application either on online or through the embassy. Now, what are the requirements? It's a simple requirement that you have to show that you are going to visit another country for the purpose of visit. I mean, I underline visit, right? There should be no other purposes but just visit. Now, the documents required, as Mr. Lodi said, a lot of people asked. First of all, you need a UK visa application form. Most of that is online now. You can have your two photographs that can be taken by digital or on your phone. You must have a valid passport and proof of your financial. That is very important. What is it? What is a proof of finances? First of all, that you can cover the living cost of your visit to the country, especially coming to the UK. I mean, how is that possible, you might say? It's very simple. You can put your wage slips, your tax returns, your bank statements, all should be equally colliding with each other, trying to say that you're earning this much and that's what your earnings are. And that saving must purport to your bank statement. Remember that the money you're going to spend here must be in your bank in a longer period, not just simply you put in some money. Today I'm going, there's 50 lakh there. That will not work. You have to show that you've earned that money and it's in your account. That's all they want to know.
Can I ask one question in this answer of yours? What are the fund when you say it? Is there any limitation on the funds?
Look, I mean, there is no written funds in the law that you need X amount.
Right.
I mean, the only thing is it must cover the expense,
expense
of living.
Right.
I mean, let's face it, what is the average hoteling in this country? Mm-hmm. Average hoteling is, if you come to the 100 to 200 pound a night.
Right.
So if you're visiting for say 10 or 15 days, so that's another 3,000 pound. Right, for living.
Right.
What about then you can say cost of traveling and eating? That's another 3,000 pound.
Okay.
So I mean, even 6,000-7,000 pound.
But it differs with the city they are visiting, isn't it?
Well, I mean, specifically they never ask you which city you're going to do.
Right.
But I mean, usually you should, if you're coming to visit another country, This is just a visitor, by the way. We'll go on to another visitors later on, like family visitors.
Right.
But visitors are people who just want to visit as a tourist.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, what do they require? They're booking a hotel. I mean, a lot of people from this country knows that when they go to another country, they need an accommodation and they need their travel tickets before they even think of going there.
And
so
they have to have the proof of funds?
Well, from this country, it's very rare unless you don't hold a passport of that country.
Right.
But I mean, yes, if you're coming from countries you're saying, like...
third world countries.
Well, I never say they're not the third world country anymore. I mean, the prospect countries, I mean, like India, or even Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, these are the countries, or Nigeria, African countries. You need proof that you can afford to come here. That's all.
Right.
Right? I mean, really what they want to know is why they need this is that you're going to go back to your country. They don't want to obtain that visa by deception and saying that when you come here, you don't want to go back.
Right.
That's what they're looking for, and you need to prove that.
You have
And finally,
sorry, yeah, carry on.
right, there will be a biometric soon when you visit.
Right.
Right? So they might take your fingerprints.
Right. So this is the situation you will be in when you apply for the visa. But I have to ask about the tourist visa. Is it easy to get the tourist visa?
Well, like I said,
because visitor visa, you said there is some funding requirement. And
tourist visa is the same.
Same.
What I think, what I told you is tourist visa is obtained at the port.
Right.
Right? Like when you go from here, you go to Turkey. Right? You can obtain your visa when you land there.
Right.
They charge you 10-15 pounds. That's a tourist visa.
Right.
But every country isn't allowed to come like that. There's a lot of e-visas now coming up, right? They're tourists. But the difference between a tourist and a visitor visa isn't that one is obtained on the port and the other one is by e-visa. But
Right.
remember one thing, you have to know one thing, that you have to prove that you have the necessary funds and you're gonna come back.
Right.
Now the other one you were asking me is regarding a family visitors visa, right? That is another way of saying, though you still need to prove that you can afford it,
Right.
but if somebody else is affording you from here, they have to show all their income,
Right.
right? And they can accommodate you,
Right.
right? And that they have got enough money to facilitate you while you're in this country,
Right.
right? Now means something, again, they will ask what that person is doing in his country.
Who is sponsoring or asking?
No, the one who is coming to this country
coming to this
as a visitor.
Right.
Right? He still needs to prove all that.
Right.
That is a lot of people say that we haven't got bank accounts. Right? You have to show why haven't you got a bank account? Right? If you're just living on the money that somebody is sending you, then I think that cuts everything, that you will not be going back.
So it will be difficult for you if you put something which is fishy or not clear in your documentation, or the person inviting you as a visitor, he has to prove all the proof of documents. They have to satisfy the Home Office, and definitely they'll be easy to get the visa, as Mr. Maqbool said. We'll go to Ibrahim Iqbal. We'll ask Ibrahim, there is a lot of people, they want to bring their mothers here in this country because they live here. They want to bring their mother if they are not in this country. As you are also very active in this organization, what do you think, how it is possible and how easy is that? Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lodi Saab, for this opportunity to sit on this esteemed panel. You say mothers, it's not limited just to mothers, I have to say. Parents, elderly grandparents, and it's what the Home Office name as a adult dependent visa application. And that means that anybody here in the UK, or there's a British citizen, or they're settled, they've got settled status, either indefinite leave to remain, or they are British. And even though they are sending money to them in their home native countries, either Pakistan or India, Bangladesh, and they still, their health, their parents or their grandparents' health is still being compromised upon, then they can look to see whether they can bring them to the UK on an adult dependent application, visa application. And the main reason for them is they want to come here because of their inability to look after themselves, and because that their health is really deteriorating.
Right. So in this same scenario, if I'll ask, because the question was from one of our client asked, because he was asking to bring his mother in this country, and you have given really a big detail about they can bring adult and parents, or those who are dependent on the people sending money from here to them for their expense. How easy it is, because you are in this chamber working, so we are have some people in our chamber who are looking after this type of cases?
Absolutely. I mean, we've got barristers, in-house barristers here, solicitors with over 10-15 years post-qualified experiences.
Okay.
So I have to say the clients are in very good hands, and very capable hands. We have, by the grace of God, people and clients coming in through the doors whose visa applications have been refused.
Right.
And we, luckily enough for them, we even get them overturned. And some people are, they don't know the legalities of what we can do if your visa is rejected. And I know we have some couple of very successful admin reviews that we've had, administrative reviews. We've had the Home Office actually overturn the original decision and bring them over to the UK.
It's a very good news. People are happy, and I will ask Ibrahim, would you tell me the visitors' fees?
So for the visitor visa fees, there's a range of different fees for the different categories. So for a visitor visa, you could, for the 6-month visitor visa, it's approximately £125, £120.
Right.
The most important thing to remember on this, the fees for the Home Office, they are always calculated in the native country's currency rate. So it goes off the daily currency rate.
Right.
Sometimes that can work off as £115, sometimes it can work off as £120, £25. But like I said, and then you've got 2-year visitor visa fees, that's like £400. Then you've got a visitor visa, 5 years visitor visa, it's about £750, and so on for like 10 years is nearly £1,000 for the Home Office fee. There's no IHS fee on the visitor visa, so there's no immigration health surcharge, unless the Home Office want to change that as well. At this current moment, there is no IHS fee.
There is no IHS fee, so this is a good, very well explained by the Ibrahim Iqbal for you guys. But if you think you are not satisfied yet, and you want to get more benefit out of our conversations and our panel, those who are here, you have anything which you think you can ask more, our telephone number and email is written down there. You can just send us an email, and your question, definitely someone from this office will answer your question, or may will answer in the next video. We'll go back to Mr. Maqbool Malik. Will ask Malik sir, would you tell us, if someone is here overstayed, can he marry in UK?
Well, I mean, an overstayer, I mean, is can't really have the application granted for marrying. I mean, that will be very difficult. Right. You do. I mean, if you got a valid visa, there is no reason, whichever visa is there, that why you can't marry. But the only thing is, as a visitor, you can't really marry unless you got a visitor's marriage visitor's visa.
Right. So
there is such a thing. There is such a thing as called marriage visitor's visa.
Okay.
So you need to apply for that if you're thinking of coming here as a visitor and marrying someone.
So the same documentation is required in that, a different...
Well, there is a bit of difference in documents. I mean, that's a long list as well.
Right, okay.
But all I wanted to tell today was, visitors' visas are very easy if you look carefully and be honest with yourself and with the Home Office or embassy when you make the application. And I always recommend to use a good, reasonable solicitor who knows what they're doing. And if you need our services, you're most welcome to either email us on info@maliklegal.co.uk or call us on United Kingdom's number 0161 795 6217, and all your queries will be answered.
All your queries will be answered. We'll ask Ibrahim Iqbal, do you have any message from your side to our viewer regarding this immigration point of view and the visiting family bringing here or something, which could be easy for the people to understand, or how they can reach you on your office? Would you please?
Absolutely, Lodis. I have to say, the majority of your decision that the Home Office come back with, your majority of your application, and I think I say this, 70% relies upon your immigration solicitor. If you have a good immigration solicitor, they put a good application in, and it's all depending on the submissions you make to the Home Office. And I can say from our firm, we spend more time in terms to the submissions that we want to put, entering case law into our submissions, and statutes in our submissions, to make sure that we have a solid case for our clients. Not just that, our reviews speak very highly of themselves. On Google, if you feel free to search Malik Legal Solicitors, you see all our reviews on there. Not just that, we've recently been verified by review solicitors. And review solicitors are one of the fundamental body that oversees all solicitors.
Right.
And they've recently verified us as an excellent immigration and legal firm. So you can feel free to go on to review solicitors, and if you go onto our website, there will be a widget on the right hand side, review solicitors, which you can click. It'll take you directly through to the review solicitors website, and there it can tell you where we are ranked locally and also nationally,
internationally.
And congratulations on winning the prize for being the 100th solicitor of the world.
Wow. That's good. Congratulations from my side too. This is a new news to us, and I think our viewer also will send a message and say congratulations, winning solicitor in this chamber. Malik Sahab, we have to ask another question from you. Some solicitor in the country, when they think the case is very complicated, they refuse it. And how we take it? We take every case as a challenge?
I mean, to me, I can assess a case, just looking at it, to be honest with you.
Right.
That how much truth has gone into that case.
Right, okay.
As soon as I assess it, I can tell you that can this be overturned or not.
Right.
Right. If I see it that it can't be overturned, I always say make another application.
Right.
Because I can see the grounds.
Right.
It's no use saying that I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Because once the application is in front of the EEC, the entry clearance officer, he looks at everything. You can't say that, oh, I should have given him that. If you haven't given him that, or you have given him some wrong documents, it's your application. It's no use making excuses later on. So I always say it's no use crying over spilt milk. Get your cases assessed by professionals. And that's what you need to do. Always use a good standing solicitors.
Always use a good standing solicitor. And if you have any question to ask, or if you want to know anything more about your case and you think it's a bit complicated, don't worry. We are there to help you out. Our telephone number and email been written down there, and you know where we are. We are not far from you. Just one click and we will be there with you. Your question will be answered here, and share with your other people. May someone will get benefit out of this video, or someone will be happy to know what is happening, what are their rights in the immigration. Keep your question ready and we will be there to answer. Thank you very much, Malik Sahab and Ibrahim.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again.
Malik Legal Solicitors. When your rights are at stake, you need experienced lawyers. Our experienced team of professionals can assist you in all matters, including immigration, civil litigation, criminal law, commercial law, family law, hearing loss, personal injury, RTA, entrepreneur, JR applications. Call us 0161 795 6217.
0161 795 6217. Malik Legal Solicitor.